I changed my DPI from 1200, a number that many already find quite high, to 3000, and increased my Fortnite sensitivity to insane speeds. Here's what happened.
If you could get a handle, like, it's gonna
My
be so cool.
god. My name is Cine. I'm an Azeron player, a TikToker, and I'm completely obsessed with becoming better at this dang game. Recently, I switched my DPI to a ridiculously high number, resulting in a very fast sensitivity. Why? Well, I saw another pro player doing it. Isn't that the reason why any of us do anything? Insert unoriginal person emoji here. In this video, we'll cover the best Fortnite sensitivity and whether or not it's time for you to adjust your sense so that you can keep up with the pros, or, that one guy who builds sky high like he's in creative the second he spots you in a pub game. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button because, we're friends now, aren't we? Alright, let's get started. To help you figure out which sensitivity is best for you, here's what to expect in this video. The pros and cons of using low sensitivity versus high sensitivity. We'll discuss whether or not DPI really is important for Fortnite. I'll show you which sensitivity I use and what other pro players use. And finally, we'll finish everything up with action steps you can take right now after this video to figure out which sensitivity is best for you. If I wanted to make this video into one sentence though, it really would come down to this. Low sense equals easier to aim, high sense equals easier to edit and build. Notice how I didn't say better aim or better builds and edits, I said easier. We'll get more into that in just a moment. Let's start things off with low sensitivity pros and cons. A huge pro for using low sense is that it's easier to aim. You have more control over what you're looking at. Harder to flip around and do 180 though to react to someone close by. Pretty big con depending on the situations you're in. The pros and cons of using a high sensitivity alternatively is that your edits and builds will be much faster than if you were using a low sense. Flick shots are insane. You have faster reactions to make snap decisions in certain situations, but some of the cons for a high sense is that there's a possibility of getting lost and disoriented. As a high sense player myself, I can tell you right now that's totally possible and can happen, especially when you're first getting started with it, and it's a bit harder to hit those long range shots. While low sense might make things easier to control, there are a lot of benefits of using a higher sensitivity. However, it will take a lot more work and practice to control. This means that you need to decide whether you want to stay safe and go with a low sense or go big and go home and be willing to put in the work with a higher sensitivity. Next, let's talk about DPI settings. For those of you watching this who don't already know, DPI stands for dots per inch. It's a measurement used to show how many pixels your mouse can move when you move it 1 inch. But really the question we need to ask is DPI really important when it comes to having the best sensitivity in Fortnite? The answer is yes and no. Don't you just love it when YouTubers give you this answer? The answer is yes, because it will affect how fast or slow your sensitivity is in Fortnite, or really any game for that matter. And no, because to me, you should only change your DPI based on what type of mouse speed you want to have outside of the game. So really your decision to adjust your DPI should mainly come down to how fast or slow mouse movement you need and or want when you're using your computer for homework, work, and those late night YouTube binging sessions. If you really want to complicate things, you should learn more about eDPI, which is basically your Fortnite sense multiplied by your DPI. If you're one of those people who like to copy the pros, here's a good baseline to get you started. That said, I think it's so important to go check out other gameplay first and see if they have similar gaming styles you have or want to have to help you decide on whether or not that sensitivity is best for you. Another great resource for you to know what type of sensitivity the pros use is called prosettings.net. This is a really cool website that breaks down pro player sensitivity, DPI, and even the gear that they use to play Fortnite. As another reference, here are my own sensitivity and DPI settings for, whatever that's worth. You'll notice my sensitivity is quite high, and while I have many reasons for doing that, one compelling reason that pushed me to increase my sensitivity to this level is rooted from a time when me and a friend, Lady Snipes, definitely go check her out, swapped sensitivity. She had a very low sense at the time, and mine was very, very high. So it made a good test and comparison. And to be frank, it was just fun in general.
I can't wait for this disaster. Oh god.
I can wait.
I can't freaking with the high DPI. Like, I can't. I don't know.
Oh, this is
I
gonna be
miss.
so bad.
Sorry.
I flicked
Thank
him!
you. Dude, those flick shots with low sense they're always so satisfying to me
Yeah,
when
probably
they're
because they're
having
so hard.
true.
Yeah, true.
Like,
Yeah, it's true. I got a fleek shot with zero sensitivity. Okay, and finally we'll finish everything up with the action steps you can take to figure out which sensitivity is best for you. These are the action steps you need to do right now at the end of this video so that you can go and take action from what you've learned. Step number 1, decide on whether or not you're willing to put in a lot of practice. While both high and low sensitivities require practice to get better no matter what, a high sensitivity will equal more practice and patience to get that down, though it does also come with a high rewards in my opinion. Step number 2 to figure out which sensitivity is best for you is watch other pro players on Twitch, YouTube, and even TikTok to see what kind of gameplay they have and if it matches the style you want to replicate. Then, as an added bonus, go look up their sensitivities and EDPIs so that you can mimic their numbers. And finally, step number 3, try out a few settings and adjust them. Personalization is key to making sensitivity work for you. Never listen to anyone who tells you that low sense or high sense is better than the other. Everyone is different, and this is just one of those settings that is dependent upon the player and their individual preferences. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment below with your opinion. Which do you like more, high sense or low sense, and why? Be sure to read through the comments if you're unsure on which you'd prefer to use so that you can get a better idea of what others are using too. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more tips, tricks, and commentaries to help you get better at Fortnite. I will also be streaming here on YouTube every Thursday where you can watch me grind out arena, practice new techniques and strategies to hopefully get better at this game. And I also host customs and fun competitions over on TikTok live 3 times a week. Until then, here's another video you might like to check out of mine that I think you'd enjoy. Keep killing it, friends, and I'll speak with you soon. Woman, if I die without you,
Stop rushing.
tell my offspring to never use your sensitivities.